It took me 10 years to get here. 10 years of replaying that moment, the smell of stale beer and desperation thick in the air, like a physical weight pressing down on my chest. And now, standing in the dim, dusty glow of his pawn shop, the smell is exactly the same. A ghost of that night, clinging to the chipped linoleum and the rows of forgotten treasures. His name is Marcus. Or at least, that's what I called him back then. Now, he's just a name, a faded photograph in my mind that's been meticulously sharpened by years of simmering resentment. He's older, of course. His hair, once slicked back with cheap gel, is thinning, streaked with gray. His shoulders sag a little under the weight of, what? Regret? Or just another Tuesday? I walked in with a practiced casualness, my heart a frantic hummingbird against my ribs. The bell above the door gave a pathetic little jingle, a sound that felt entirely too innocent for the weight of my intentions. He looked up, his eyes, still the same muddy brown, scanning me with the practiced weariness of a man who's seen it all. For a split second, I saw a flicker of recognition, a tiny spark in the depths. Then, it was gone, replaced by the standard, bland customer service smile. "Can I help you?" he asked, his voice rough, like gravel being poured. It was the same voice that had promised me the world, the same voice that had left me with nothing but a mountain of debt and a shattered future. I let a slow smile spread across my face. It didn't reach my eyes. "You might," I said, my voice surprisingly steady. I walked towards the counter, the worn wood groaning slightly under my touch. "I'm looking to pawn something." He gestured vaguely at the shelves. "What have you got?" I reached into my worn leather satchel, the one I'd carried for years, and pulled out a small, velvet-lined box. It felt heavier than it looked, weighted with the years it had sat in my closet, a silent testament to betrayal. I placed it on the counter, the soft thud echoing in the sudden quiet of the shop. Marcus's eyes narrowed. He leaned forward, the smile finally dropping from his face. He opened the box. Inside, nestled on the faded purple lining, sat a single, emerald-cut diamond. It wasn't the biggest stone in the world, but it was flawless. It was beautiful. It was also the last thing my grandmother owned. She'd given it to me for my 21st birthday, a symbol of hope, of a future. A future Marcus had stolen. His breath hitched. I could see it in the way his chest expanded, the slight tremor in his hands as he reached for it. Where did you get this?" he stammered, his voice losing its gravelly edge, replaced by something akin to panic. "From you, Marcus," I said, my voice dropping to a low growl. "Remember? 10 years ago. The sure thing investment. The guaranteed return. The reason I lost everything. You said you'd always take care of your friends. I guess that promise expired." His face went pale. The color drained from his skin, leaving it a sickly, waxy hue. He looked from the diamond to me, his eyes wide with a dawning horror. He knew. That was a long time ago," he stammered, trying to regain some semblance of control. "Business is business." "Business?" I scoffed, a harsh, brittle sound. "You pawned my grandmother's diamond. You took the one thing I had left, the one thing that meant more than any amount of money, and you turned it into this." I gestured around the cluttered shop, the sad parade of forgotten lives and broken dreams. He opened his mouth to speak, but I cut him off. "I didn't come here for the money, Marcus. I came here for a different kind of transaction." I reached into my satchel again, this time pulling out a thick manila envelope. I slid it across the counter. It landed with a soft slap, right next to the open box. Marcus stared at it, his gaze uncertain. "What's this?" he whispered. "That," I said, leaning in, my voice a dangerous purr, "is the name of every single person you screwed over in the last 10 years. The ones you lied to, the ones you stole from, the ones who ended up on the street because of your sure things. I've been collecting them. Like you collected my grandmother's diamond." He fumbled with the flap, his hands shaking so badly he could barely open it. He scanned the names, his eyes darting back and forth, a look of utter disbelief on his face. He knew most of them. I don't understand," he choked out. "You will," I promised. See, Marcus, you were so good at making people disappear. Making their problems disappear. But I'm good at making things reappear. And these people, they deserve to know who ruined them. They deserve to know where to find the man who took everything. His breath hitched again. I could see the gears turning in his head, the panic escalating. He was a man who thrived in the shadows, who operated on anonymity. I was about to strip him bare. I can't, he stammered, pushing the envelope back towards me. Oh, you can, I said, my smile widening. And you will. Because here's the deal, Marcus. You're going to pay me back. Not with cash. You've already shown me how much your promises are worth. You're going to pay me back with your reputation. With your peace of mind. You're going to live in fear, Marcus. Every knock on the door, every ringing phone, you're going to wonder if it's one of them. You're going to wonder if it's justice. I picked up the velvet box, closing it with a soft click. I didn't need the diamond anymore. Its purpose had been served. The weight in my satchel felt lighter, the hummingbird in my chest had finally settled. And if you try to run, I added, my voice a cold, hard finality, if you try to disappear again, I'll find you. And I'll make sure every single one of these names finds you too. I turned and walked out of the pawn shop, the bell above the door giving another pathetic little jingle. The afternoon sun felt surprisingly warm on my face. The air outside smelled of exhaust fumes and blooming jasmine, a welcome change from the musty stench of regret. I didn't feel triumphant, not exactly. The scar of betrayal was still there, a phantom ache. But it was no longer a wound. It was a reminder.